and sat here and fucked around and took a picture of myself before, thinking that I was making a video. Hmm. Hold on, let me get this. I ain't got no hat on right now because I just got my hair cut. Shit look kind of fucked up. I don't know. Maybe a little busy fade. Who cares? Who cares? Anyway, I haven't made a video in a really long time, and I just really wanted to sit down and talk about some shit because sometimes you ain't got nobody to talk to. I guess I'll just talk to me. Hmm. Have fun. I think the topic of the day is people. People. That includes me, and I know it do. I know it do. People do weird shit. And I'll reiterate, that includes me. I know it do. People have a funny way of letting you know where you fall in line in their space, in their time. Hold on a second. Not a Chardonnay break this time. I just got finished watching my last video and I had a couple of Chardonnay breaks. I'm gonna take a break. I'm going through some shit right now. I really don't want to get into it because you know that's my personal business. Um, but I'll just speak around it. How that's how. People have a real funny way of doing things, you know. Sometimes a person will give you their reality. And sometimes they'll give you their thought process. It turns into not theirs but yours, right? Real funny, real funny. Because you might not have done nothing, or you might have done something, but you have not done nothing, if you understand where I'm coming from. Some people will say, you know what, I'll give you credit. Credit is a funny thing, and I think that in the country that we live in, you know, we're used to credit, but everywhere is not like, in order to move forward, you gotta move backwards. That's kind of weird, but it goes along. It almost goes along with what I'm saying. In order to move forward, you gotta move backwards. But there are certain people that'll be like, "Yeah, I went backwards, but who cares? Who cares?" You know, there's a couple of really bad words in the world. There's a couple of bad sayings, bad things that you shouldn't say. That you know they're detrimental. They're really detrimental to a person's psyche. And I'm learning that some of these words are not the ones that you think, right? Because you know you got the N word, you got the C word, you got other words. You know, some people feel like the BITCH is the same, you know, but it's kind of been embraced a little bit. I don't understand it. I don't be going around calling people that. I can't stand that. That's one of my pet peeves. I ain't gonna lie to you, but that's another story. Anyway, let's talk about the N word for a second. Can, as you can see, I am a black man, right? The N word ain't the N word that you think I'm talking about. The N word is narcissism, right? Within these last week, 2 weeks or so, I've been heavy on that word because I'm very curious because I'm looking at shit. You know, I'm like I said, I'm going through stuff. I'm going through some things, and the type of person I am, when you go through some things, when things shift in your life, when things happen, the type of person I am, self-reflect, look in, see, maybe, uh, maybe it's me, maybe it's me, and so I started studying. I don't read books, and I ain't gonna sit there and tell you no lie. I don't read books, so I've been watching ton of videos, right? The definition of narcissism, the different types of narcissists, what are the signs of narcissism, right? You know what I found out? Your boy got some narcissistic traits. You know what else I found out? The majority of society has narcissistic traits. It's weird. It's weird because if you know, and there's one lady, I don't remember her name, but I really enjoy her content on YouTube. And she said, you know, narcissistic personality disorder. She doesn't really like that, the terminology. You know, in the DSM-5, she don't really like that because narcissism is not necessarily a diagnosis. It's more like a trait. And I agree. I would sit on it and be like wholeheartedly and all that stuff, you know, but I agree. I ain't gonna sit over here and hold you. I agree because there are certain things, you know, certain characteristics of a narcissist that is like. But I think everybody could say, if you really sat down and really self-reflected or really looked into it, you could say, yeah, I do. And then there's another guy, and he's a diagnosed narcissistic personality disorder person. So he has been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, and his whole goal is to educate. And he talks about things that, you know, his life, things that he has been through, things that he has done, and how it negatively influenced his how it negatively influenced his relationships. And I don't remember the guy's name, and I'm not even gonna be like, you know, you look down below and I'll link you to his channel or no shit like that. I'm not doing that. I just want to talk. You know, it's tough as hell. It is tough as hell when a person tells you that something is okay and then it's not okay. It is tough as hell when a person tells you that they need recurring reassurance. I'm gonna coin that phrase, recurring reassurance. Not this. It's not good enough that you are with them, that you are present in the relationship, that you are, pause real quick, that you are being understanding. It's just you have to continuously prove that you and your feelings for this person are real. That's some scary shit. That's some scary shit. To really think about it, no matter what you do, you still have to prove. No matter how long, you still have to prove. The expectations. But they'll tell you that they don't have any expectations, or they're not going to have any expectations because, in because of the smallest thing. Like, I noticed that you woke up an hour ago and you didn't say good morning to me. That means you don't love me. I want y'all to soak that in for a second. You know, one of the toughest things in the world is to be with somebody that doesn't understand that they're making you feel like they're not with you, but still have the expectation that you are supposed to prove to them on a consistent basis the reoccurring proof, reoccurring reassurance. But that, don't let me not forget, they can do whatever they want to do. And if you question what they do, then they're angry with you. No matter if you tell them that it bothers you, no matter if you, no matter what, they can do whatever they want to do. But you wake up and have to pee before you say something to them, or you might want to get up and make a cup of coffee first before you say something to them. It's tough. It's tough. Consistent jabs, little things, little things, saying little things, little jabs here and there. Oh well, you said this, and well, but it was just a joke. It's just funny. It's just a joke. But a joke is, by definition, I didn't look up the definition, but in my opinion, the definition of a joke is when two people or one person says something that other people view as funny. Excuse me. But if it's just two people in a room and one person says something and the other person don't think it's funny, is that a joke? Or is that somebody being asswipe? And let's be honest. You know. So after, courses of time, after multitudes of time, these ain't jokes. These are slights. These are slights. Or sitting down and asking you a question. And when you answer the question, your answer, that's not good enough. Because they already had an answer. And you were supposed to say the answer that they said. And when you don't say the answer that they said, then they're disappointed. And that's a big word. That's a big word, right? Because it's consistent disappointment. You always feel like you're a disappointment because you can't read their mind, because you don't have this innate ability. There's even some fucking Avengers that don't even have the ability to read people's minds. That's why Professor X is so fucking high up in the levels of Avengers, because he's one of the few people that could have the cognitive ability to read a motherfucker's mind. But you're supposed to be Professor X out here. Read motherfuckers' minds. You're supposed to know. But then they'll tell you, oh yeah, that's cool if you do that. And it's okay. No, I even enjoy it. I even enjoy it when you do that. I really like that. So you do that, and they're mad at you. They're mad at you because you were doing what they said they enjoyed watching you do, or you were participating in something that they said they enjoyed you participating in. They're mad at you. I tell you what, man. There's some sick people in this world, and it's real funny. I was having this conversation with my aunt. Just out of nowhere, my aunt called me, and I really needed it because I was really struggling. I was really struggling, and I don't call people. I don't. I don't. I don't know. I be in my own zone, in my own world, and that's a detriment. That's a problem of mine that I need to fix. But she called me. We were talking, and she's listening, and I'm talking. Just getting stuff off of my chest because that's the way that I work through things. I like to talk about, you know, situations with people that I trust. And when you say these things, and you say, the situations that you've been through, and stuff like that, like it's almost embarrassing. It's almost embarrassing because, like, how, but it's the mighty L word, because we've been talking about these words, these the N word, the A word, the C word. It's the almighty L word, another one. Because you fall in love with somebody, most of the times when people fall in love with somebody, it's mutual, it's understanding, it's beautiful. Hold on, this shit about to cut up. But sometimes when you fall in love with somebody, this is tough, and I'm not saying that this is what happened to me because I don't think this is what happened to me. I think something else happened to me, and I'm pretty sure I know. But fall in love, you've been duped. They call it love bombing. The motherfucker will see you, they'll get you, they'll hit you with everything that you think that you wanted, everything that you think that you desired, everything they think that you wanted to get you, reel you in, just like fishing, even though you know I don't fucking fish. But they'll trick you into it, and then before long, you have formed a bond with this person, and you're stuck because you have formed a bond with this person, a real legitimate love bond with this person. And what this person was doing was they were leading you on because what they wanted was self gratification. They needed you to fulfill the emptiness inside of them. And so after the love bomb, and then the real comes out, the angry, the rudeness, the meanness, the attacks, the verbal abuse, the lack of compassion, the lack of empathy, the anger. But then you look at them and you're like, well, this isn't the person that I know. So you're always reverting back to the person that you know. But really, in reality, this is the person. That person that you know was an act, and they'll tell you. They'll tell you. But you're so enthralled. You're so enamored that you don't hear it when they're telling you, because they tell you by accident. They don't tell you on purpose. And then before long, it's like, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. And then you start questioning yourself. And then you start believing maybe you are a bad person. Maybe you ain't shit. Maybe you are a detriment to society. Maybe you're trash. While the whole time this person, they doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And not apologizing, just telling you to get the fuck over it, or get over yourself, or grow up, or whatever. It's insane, but it happens, and that's wild. And then they say all these people, the one thing I've noticed with all of the stuff that I've been watching, get out, get out, get out. Oh man, that's easier said than done, eh? All the time. I mean, you see it all the time, where there's a woman that is in an abusive relationship, and she still stays. And they've even coined the phrase is the trauma bond. That's what it is, the trauma bond. They coined all these phrases and all this other, that and the other, because it happens at an alarming rate. And then the thing that I really want to bring the light to is the society think it's just men doing this to women. Well, the toughest thing in the world is a non-empathetic woman, where she's just gonna say anything and everything, and then expect you to come to bed and the whole give her yourself after she done treated you like this the whole time. Saying just little things here and little things there, and y'all be chilling, and then she'll be like, "Oh well, this," and "Oh, I was just kidding." Crush your emotions, crush your ego, not even ego, crush your feelings, and then turn around and look at you and say, you must be seeing somebody else because you aren't attracted to me no more. Well, no, motherfucker be attracted to you, but damn, I'm fighting this fucking war. Like, why am I fighting a war emotionally with you? But then you turn around and you say, I love you more than anything. Or I don't ever want to not be with you. But then you having this emotional um, joust, and it's like, Do you see this? And then when you explode, when you blow up because you didn't held it in, you didn't try to understand. You didn't came up with suggestions, and you didn't said this and said that, and then you mess around and you say F it, and you set a boundary, or you say what that you did right there was fucked up. Excuse my language, but that you did right there was messed up. The first thing that they don't sit down and reflect and think about it and self-reflect and think about it. They just say, no, motherfucker, you were supposed to be doing this, and this, and this. Not any of the portion of what just transpired. It was you didn't do this. One of the toughest things in the world, and I've been through this too many damn times, and I don't understand why I keep on going through this. They say that God gives the toughest to the ones that He feels can handle it. Well, I can't handle it. Shit, I can't handle it. I don't need to handle it. I don't want to handle it. I don't need it. I don't want it. But then it's partly my fault too because well, I be doing stupid shit sometimes. I can't deny that. I can't deny that. Because you so scared, you see normal shit, that shit scare you the fuck off. Because you're so used to it. Man, it seems like you go out looking, you don't even be looking. It's like they find you and shit because they can smell. It's almost like they can smell you, like it's a wolf. It's like a wolf. They can see it. They can see you from a mile away, and they be like, you know, yep, got your ass now, my boy. And then next thing you be sitting around, you think you in charge. You think that you winning. You think you in charge. You ain't in charge, my guy. You ain't in charge. It's just a moment before the pendulum drop, before that shit hit your ass in the chest, and you over answering questions that you don't know why you answering. That you asking questions. You ask a question, you never get an answer. You ever get an answer, and you just it's just like, and then you're constantly accused, you're constantly ridiculed, you're constantly this, you're constantly that, and then you say something, oh, it was nothing. But how can it be nothing? Like, okay, tell me this. And I ain't gonna go on too much longer. I've been talking for 30 minutes. This is the longest video I've ever done in my life. If you're in a relationship with someone, right? You and this person, y'all been in a relationship. It ain't even gotta be that long. Like let's say you've been in a relationship 6 months. So y'all on the way. Y'all on the way. Right? And the other person does something that you don't like. What is the response that you expect? Do you expect pushback? Oh fuck that! It wasn't that big of a deal. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? That means they don't give a shit about you. That means that they don't. If you tell them that something happened that you don't vibe with, that you wasn't messing with, and they start pushing back, explaining the reason why it was okay and all that shit, that means they don't fuck with you. Okay, what they expect from you is to shut the fuck up, get on the bus, sit your motherfucking ass down, and put your seatbelt on. That's what they expect. Because if a person can sit down and you tell a person that's supposedly supposed to be on your side that something happened and you don't fuck with it, and they tell you that you do fuck with it because I said so, that's what's up. That's what's up. So essentially, what they're telling you is fuck you. Okay? I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, and if you don't like it, then fuck you, and you can roll because I'm gonna do what I want to do, regardless or irregardless, even though that's not even a word. So understand that. It is not even hard to understand that. But when you got those rose-colored glasses on, and this person, if I don't know whatever it is, you might be enamored with them. You might have chosen them as the person for you. You might have it might. I don't give a fuck what it is. That's what they're telling you. Fuck you. And before long, if you keep on fucking up, I'll ditch your motherfucking ass because you know why? Because fuck you. Because you ain't worth it. Because that's what they're telling you. I'm not going to conform to you. I'm not going to compromise with you. All you are is a place marker. And if you don't like what the fuck I'm doing, then you can kick rocks. That's what they're saying to you. So I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I just want to talk to you. I haven't talked to y'all in a minute. I'm probably going to be a little bit more active. I don't know. I need to get better at this because I really enjoy doing this talking and shit. But we'll see. I ain't gonna make no promises until I start doing it. So, uh-huh. Like I said, I'm not bored at home. Actually, I am kind of bored at home right now, but I'm not bored at work. I'm bored at home. Out.